أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا محمد خاتم النبيين وإمام المرسلين. We will talk about Ruqyah, what Ruqyah means, inshallah. First of all, my name is Daniel Ajeti, speaking on behalf of Quran Kiosk, which is an Islamic Healing organization in Ghana over here. So Ruqyah itself means curing yourself from mystical programs with the Quran and Sunnah, strictly with the Quran and Sunnah. So these mystical programs are the spiritual programs that are confronting human beings on this earth, and these are due to evil eye, sihir, or magic, or sorcery, or witchcraft, or however people call it, and then jinn. The jinn are the invisible forces that the sorcerers use them to execute their missions. So the evil eye is when someone admires something on you without mentioning the name of Allah, then the evil eye will affect such person. For example, if it is someone who has dressed so nicely coming out, and then someone meets him and says, "Oh, you have such a nice skin." If that person has evil eye, from that day on, the person will begin to have rashes or skin problems. And if it is someone who is dressed nicely and another person meets him and says, "Oh, you have such a nice hair," if that person has an evil eye, then from that day on, the person's hair will begin to break. And if it's an athlete who is on a race running, and then if the person with the evil eye say, "Oh, he's so courageous and can run like this," then something will happen to him, either muzzle pull, or he will fall down and will not be able to continue the race. So this is the least among these three problems that is confronting man on earth. So whenever someone admires something on you, you have to say Alhamdulillah, Tabarakallah, or MashaAllah. All these statements are from the Quran. So whenever someone admires you, then you say this statement, and it will destroy the evil eye immediately. So evil eye affect babies much, because when it affects babies, so when baby is born fresh, everybody would like to take the baby. So he's a nice baby, he has a nice skin, he has a nice hair. So all those people that are saying that there might be someone who has evil eye in him, and then when the evil eye affects the baby, so this will create easy access for the jinns to be suffocating the baby in the night. So you see that the baby will be crying. They will do everything, but he or she will still be crying due to evil eye and jinn. And the second problem is sihir. Sihir, which is also sorcery, witchcraft, or magic, or however people call it. In the local language, they call it juju. So the witchcraft is something that people plan to do to ruin other people's life. And it is of four types. The first type of sihir is eating sihir. So this is the most common one that they do to people. They put it in either in food or in drink from the victims, and they swallow it, not together. Or sometimes the victims will be eating in a dream, eating in a dream. Either meat or fish or soup, whatever they are eating in your dream. So when you are eating in your dream, it is sihir or magic or witchcraft which you are consuming into your stomach. So the more you eat sihir, the more you eat in your dream, the more sihir enters your body and the more it comes to you. This is the first type, the type 1 of sihir. The second type is step-on sihir. Step-on sihir. So this is put on the ground for the victim to walk on it. So it will either give the victim pains in the feet or under the feet of the patient to be so hot as if he or she is standing on coal. So it can give the person pain from the feet up to the knees and up to the waist. So it can also give skin problems like eczema or psoriasis, very itching to the skin. So this is due to having physical contact to sihir, stepping on it. So the sihir might be dropped down for somebody and another person might walk on it accidentally, but it will still affect the person. The third type of sihir they do is by distance. By distance. The third type is by distance. So this, they have to get your clothes, your photo, your details, name, date of birth, your mother's name, or your pants, your underwear, your hair, your clothes, your heart, something which belongs to the person they want to make the sihir to, and then attach it with knots, recite their satanic words on it with rituals, and then it will send jinns to harm the person. And then the last type of sihir they make, the last type of sihir is sihir that is sent by jinn to put in the body. They send jinns to put the sihir in the body of the victims. That means the person will be complaining, I have pains here, pains there, pains here, pains in this part of my body, my head, my waist, my this, my that. So it is jinns that put the sihir in the body. So it will be giving the victim pains all over the body without knowing where the pains are coming from. So this is when they send jinns to put the sihir in the body. So now we will move on to the importance of this Islamic healing. It is very, very important for us to know how to treat ourselves by the Holy Quran and Sunnah to free ourselves from all those mystical problems due to four main reasons. One, it is a relief of people suffering in their lives for years and not having any solution to their problems. It is a relief of people suffering in their lives. So people will be running from one hospital to another, and then they will be flying overseas for medical treatment and not having any results. So these are due to evil forces which cannot be detected by any machine. So when people get cured by the Quran and the Sunnah, so they are free indeed. So it is a relief of people suffering their life for years for having no solution. And then two, it increases the iman of Muslims. So when Muslims get cured by the Holy Quran and the Sunnah, that will increase their iman to stick to the Quran. It will increase their iman. So since they were treated by the Quran and they get cured perfectly. And then the third is, it is a dawah, a way of dawah to non-Muslims, because the Quran also cures those who are not Muslims. And it did happen in the time of the Prophet ﷺ that the Sahaba were treated even non-Muslims with the Quran. They made Ruqyah for them and they got cured by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when non-Muslims get cured by the Quran, they will know that there is something in the Quran. It gives them a signal. It gives them a signal that there is something in the Quran. And then finally, it is a spiritual battle against evil forces. So treating yourself by the Holy Quran, you are not only freeing yourself from those mystical problems, but you are also freeing yourself and fighting the devils as well. So you are reading Quran to destroy their works and to chase the evil jinns away. So Allah Almighty said, "Alladhina amanu yuqatiluna fi sabilillah." Those who believe fight for the cause of Allah. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ الطَّاغُوتِ. And those who disbelieve fight for the cause of evil. فَقَاتِلُوا أَوْلِيَاءَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Therefore, fight the allies of the devil. إِنَّ كَيْدَ الشَّيْطَانِ كَانَ ضَعِيفًا. Indeed, the work of the devil is truly weak. The work of the devil is weak. So, curing yourself from those problems, you are also fighting them and destroying their work. So now we will move on to the symptoms of sihir, ayn, and jinn. So one may ask, what is jinn? When you say jinn, what is jinn? So jinn are invisible forces or creations. They are not invisible to Allah Almighty, but they are invisible to humankind. So Allah created them and made them invisible to human beings, as Allah Almighty said in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me. That means, apart from human being or mankind, there is another creation also called jinn, which was created by Allah Almighty with the only purpose of worshipping Allah. But unfortunately, many of them have turned themselves to be working for sorcerers and harming people. And you read another part of the Quran, Allah said, وَخَلَقَ الْجَانِّ مِمَّا رُجِمٍ النَّارِ. And He created the jinn out of smokeless fire. He created the jinn out of smokeless fire. So that is the power of Allah to create whatever He wills out of whatever He wants. So jinn are the creations that human beings do not see them, but they see us. So we move on to the symptoms. The symptoms of ayn, evil eye, sihir, magic, witchcraft, and jinn is 4. The first symptom of sihir, ayn, and jinn is blockages in life. Blockages in life. Unusual, repeated, and systematic blockages. Continuous blockages until you get fed up and you realize that there are invisible forces blocking your way. So this cannot be persistent bad luck or whatever they call it. Example, you cannot get married when the couple or the couple to be are planning to get married. Confusion from nowhere will rise, and then the marriage will be postponed, and then it will be cancelled. Or one of the parties will say, I'm no longer interested without any reason. So these are invisible forces making them uncomfortable in getting married. So one can have everything that it takes to get married, but he will still not be getting married. So that means it is not that he is not interested, but something is making him or her something is making him or her uncomfortable in getting married. So one, blockages in life. You can't get married, you can't bear children. You might have first child already, but after so many years, no child will come afterward. Or continuous miscarriage, or complete infertility, where there is no conceiving at all. You cannot study. You might be able to read a book throughout the day, the whole day, but you will not understand anything, and then you will not remember anything you read. So sihir can attach the mind of a student, and he or she cannot understand anything being taught and can never remember anything he or she is being taught. The same way also, it can block a woman's ovaries or womb, and she cannot conceive and bear children. Whenever people promise you, they do not honor it. And then you cannot work. Anytime you find a work, you will be falling sick until you resign from the work before you have your health back. So blockages. Whatever you are doing is not working out, and then you keep turning till you come back to the starting point. Your money gets wasted. You might earn a huge amount of money, but you can't construct anything meaningful in your life. So it is as if you fetch water with your hand. So when you fetch, you realize that you have much water in your hand. By the time you raise up your hand, all the water is gone. So that means you can earn huge amount of money, seeing that I'm earning good money, but the value of the money cannot do anything for you. So the second symptom of sihr, ayn, and jinn is health problems not resolved by modern medicine. In this modern era, medicine is so advanced that if they don't find what is wrong with you, they look into your feces, your urine, your blood, they scan your whole body, do x-ray with all their sophisticated gadgets and machines and equipment. They still don't find what is wrong with you. They will tell you your body is working perfectly and we see nothing harmful in his body, whilst you are still suffering. This means the diseases you are suffering from is not known by any technology or machine. So these are the invisible forces behind. Because jinn, as it is invisible to us, the same way also machines can also not detect jinn, and machines cannot detect sihr also. So it could be headache, it could be stomach ache, it could be body pains, it could be skin diseases, or it could be fatigue, getting tired without any reason. Someone can sleep continuously for 12 hours, but he or she will still wake up feeling so tired and wanting to sleep again, having no pleasure in life. So the second symptom is health problem not resolved by modern medicine, any kind of health havoc at all, which is not resolved by medicine. So the third symptom is unusual or abnormal mental state. Unusual or abnormal mental state. So this one deals with the mentality and then the heart, the feelings of the body, how the brain thinks and functions, and then how the body reacts. So these symptoms is when the jinns, they try their best to control your mentality and then your heart. An example is you are getting so much angry for no reason, for either minor incidents or no reason. Example, for a couple, whenever they are far away, they love each other, but as soon as they get closer, they will be quarreling for either minor incidents or for no reasons. As Allah Almighty said, they learn from them means of separating man from wife or sowing discord or confusion between man and wife. So as the couple are happy living together, then all of the sudden hatred will just come in for each other. So they will whisper into the mind of one against the other. So they will come to the woman and say, "Oh, you are such a beautiful woman, and what are you doing with this man? Don't you know that there are many men who can take better care of you, and you are still living with him?" They will whisper into her ears until she becomes fed up with the marriage. And they will go to the man also, they will whisper into his ear that, "You such an educated man like this, what are you doing with this illiterate who has not been to school before, who is not educated like you? And do you know there are many beautiful women who are far beautiful than your wife, who can live with you better and make you more happier than your wife. So what are you doing with her? Come on, you have to let her go. There are many beautiful women who suit you more than her." And then anytime there's minor incidents, then they will whisper into the mind of the man that, "Show him that you are the man of the house, you are the leader of the family, he cannot do anything. So oppress him. No, you are the man. Show him that you brought her from the village, she is nobody before you." And then they will go to the woman and they will whisper into her ears and say, "No, he thinks he is the man, he is nobody, there's nothing he can do. He married you, but he is not your boss. You should not allow him to be dictating to you, to be giving you rules and regulations too much. Show him that he is nobody, insult him, he is nobody." So this is what they do, to inspire one against the other in marriage. As Allah said, so splitting couples or blocking people from getting married is one of their main targets. So when they succeed in doing that, then their boss Iblis becomes so pleased with them and then will crown them. And also having fears for no reason, especially fear of death. So this will discourage you from doing anything, especially in the night. Someone will be so much afraid that he will be thinking that, oh, the next day might not meet him. Doubting, forgetting things so much, and then seeing things and hearing voices up to madness. So getting angry, having fears, doubting, forgetting things, and then hearing voices and seeing things up to madness. So this is the symptom number 3. So we move on to the 4th symptom, which is insomnia and nightmares. The 4th symptom is insomnia and nightmares. So insomnia is when you are not able to sleep in the night, you'll be turning on your bed till daybreak. And then during the daytime, you'll be feeling sleepy rather, especially at workplace. And then the nightmares are having bad dreams and terrible dreams. An example, seeing snakes, seeing cemeteries, seeing dead people or live people, dead funerals, seeing things related to death, or seeing yourself flying in a high place on top of a building, on a mountain, in an aeroplane, falling from the sky, falling into a pit, being chased, seeing military, police, seeing fish, seeing edible animals like chicken, goats, sheep, cattle, and then seeing vehicles traveling, walking from one place to another in your dream, and eating in your dream, and then frequent sexual dreams, etc. Frequent sexual dreams, etc. So whenever you recognize yourself or you find yourself in any of these 4 symptoms, then you can be sure that you have been affected by either ayn, evil eye, sihir, magic, witchcraft, sorcery, juju, or jinn. So the first symptom, blockages in life, you can't study, you can't work, you can't pass your exams, you cannot do anything. When people promise you, you don't honor it, you keep telling it, you get back to the starting point, your money gets wasted. Health problems, number 2 is the health problems not resolved by modern medicine. You have headaches, skin diseases, you have any kind of health problem at all, headache, stomach problem that medicine is not able to resolve. Sometimes you take your drugs, the pains will minimize and then it will come back again. Or sometimes you continue taking the drugs, you don't find any result at all. And then the 3rd is unusual or abnormal mental state. You are getting too much angry, sad, depressed, hearing voices, seeing things up to madness, forgetting, doubting, etc. And then the 4th or the last symptom is insomnia. You are not able to sleep in the night. You'll be turning on your bed till you'll be turning on your bed till daybreak, and then you'll be feeling sleepy in the daytime rather. And then in the night you'll not be able to sleep. And then nightmares, having those bad dreams, any frightening dream. etc. So we will conclude today, and then inshallah there will be series of other videos that will be coming out. Then in those series of videos we shall be talking about the treatments of some of the common cases, and then we will also talk about the protections, how to protect yourself from those evil forces, and then we shall also be talking about the shirk that is involved, which is very, very important, because many people are just deceiving people. There are people who are claiming they are doing spiritual healing, but they are deceiving people, increasing their problems, charging them huge amount of money, and then leading them astray, and then etc., etc. Anything which is related to the topic. So we end here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi